very talented Emma Barlow there with Jaded. And, you know, a lot of people didn't realise, but they should be realising, that the violin or fiddle, she likes to call it her fiddle playing there, is actually Emma. And you see Emma in a lot of people's CDs, in their film clips, actually playing the fiddle in the background there. And she was, we saw in the Rock Revolution with John English. Fantastic talent, I tell you.
And she was in Natalie Howard's.
Yeah, we played that one earlier. There you go.
Indeed, she is. So it's a great family, isn't it? The country music family, right around the place. And you know what? I'm also, you know, I'm a bit of a Australian rock fan. I love the rock fan. You know, I love the rock music.
Aussie.
I love all that. Well, our next guest, I thought I might pay tribute because Doc Neeson said something wonderful about her. Can I quote what Doc said?
You go for it.
No, I can't, because he said, but she basically says that this lady is an absolute star. But he said something else. And we're talking, of course, about Nicki Gillis, and she joins us now. How you going, Nicki?
I'm good, thank you. I'm not too sure about that introduction, but thank you, I think.
Nicki, you're about to, are the bags packed? You're about to head overseas again.
The bags, look, I leave in a week, so the bags are kind of packed. No, they're not packed at all. I'm being really, really honest.
I was going to say, woman, no, the bags aren't packed.
No, they're not packed. No, it's still got the weekend yet.
Well, actually, they probably could be packed, and then they're unpacked, repacked, unpacked, repacked, yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about off to the UK and then Germany, and this is something that you make a habit of every year now.
Oh, look, I'm so, I have to be very, very thankful to Frank Ifield, who started this whole thing off for me back in 2009 when he presented the Frank Ifield International Spirit Award to me. So that's what kicked it off. That was the first year of touring, and this is tour number 5.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm very excited. It's 20 shows in the UK and 6 in Germany, but they're all on my website. All the dates and everything are all there. So, and I also do a tour blog while I'm away as well, so you can keep up with me every day. I put up photos and, you know, with the help of manager, tour manager, driver, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Tracy Dan as well. He helps put all that together. So I'm very grateful.
You certainly need all that. Now, you're saying this is your 5th time, or this will be your 6th time?
This will be my 5th tour.
5th time.
Yes.
Okay, so the very first tour that you went over there, so you're heading to Germany first, then the UK? Or
I'm going to the UK first.
UK, then Germany.
Actually, this is my first time in Germany.
Oh, okay.
As far as my own little run of shows, so it'll be great.
Okay, so we'll go back to the UK then. So from the very first time you went to there to what you're taking this time, what's changed?
What I'm taking this time? Oh, I think I'm not as nervous. I think a nervous energy. Look, I just remember the first time I went, I had no idea what to expect. And mind you, I arrived in 32-degree heat in England, which we don't think that's too bad, but 32-degree heat in England with no air conditioning was just something we didn't expect.
The beer is too hot at 32 degrees.
It's very, very, very hot at 32 degrees and no escape. There wasn't much sleep had. But no, look, I think the extremes have been last year for me were floods in the middle of summer, so we don't know what to expect when we go over. I thankfully have the same band that I had last year, so the guys are all revved up and ready to go, so I can't wait to get over there because I use a band in the UK. So look, different, look, I don't know. I can't remember. I was too nervous the first time to remember what I took.
Well, the few people that we speak to that actually do tour the UK and, you know, release songs over there say that they're very welcomed over there. The Aussies are a bit of a sought after affair in the UK. Do you find that when you go over there, how welcoming they are?
They are very welcoming, and I'm very, very grateful. I have the most amazing fans in the UK now, and I think that the thing that did overwhelm me the first time I went over was acceptance. You know, here I am from Australia. Other than releasing a single to radio at that point, nobody knew who I was or what my show was about. So they were just so welcoming, and really that's why I keep going back. They're just fabulous.
Now, I noticed on there that Beck Lavelle was with you. Was that last year?
My
Or
beautiful Beck, that was last year, yes. I'm actually catching up with her now in Germany, would you believe, which is great. She came along on last year's tour for 10 days. We had the best time. It was just really fabulous having her on the road with us.
did McLeod's daughter get a run in Great Britain?
Look, it did get a run in the UK, not as much as in Europe.
Right.
But it did, and people, we introduced her as Beck Lavelle, the singer of all the songs on McLeod's daughter, and people did know what it was.
Okay, that obviously.
The Kylie Minogue from Neighbours, oh my God!
It's not as big as Neighbours and Home and Away over there, but they do know McLeod's daughters. They still remember Prisoner, or what do they call it over there, Cell Block H.
Yeah.
There's all that kind of stuff, and it's great to sort of bring the reference of that as well, working with Alan Caswell, sometimes that I do, being able to, talk about...
Guess what he wrote? Yeah.
What he wrote. That's right. So, but no, Beck was hoping she could come across again with us, but she's very busy over in Germany, and but we will be catching up with her there, so can't wait.
That's just brilliant. So it's a whole get together and so forth there. Now, you mentioned Frank Ifield. Does he still tour Great Britain?
No, Frank no longer sings live.
Right.
Frank, however, is at the moment, he has a brand new album out of songs that were never actually released or never released to CD before. They're now on this amazing compilation CD. So there's a really big, I guess, a vibe for Frank in the UK at the moment. And he came along on the tour last year. He came along and hosted some of the shows and basically travelled the whole 7,000 miles that we did last year with us in the car. But look, he's such a star over there. It's hard because here in Australia we play things down a little, It's people don't really sort of... I just don't think people actually realise how big a star Frank was.
No, it's fair to say that he really was the groundbreaker in Great Britain from Australia's point of view, wasn't he?
Absolutely. He really did pave the way for so many other Australian artists, and his story is incredible. And we can sort of let you know there is something coming up soon with Frank as far as a show and his story. So keep posted.
Well,
I'll keep you posted.
That's good.
Well, to almost quote him, I remember him.
Oh, nice.
You, huh?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But you know what? He's still helping people today, though. You just said, he's paved the way for a lot of people way back then, but he's still doing it today. As you said, it's only been 5 years, and he's paved that way for you to get over there and everything as well. So
absolutely, behind the scenes, Frank does so much work for not only country music artists, but also mainstream artists, especially young, up-and-coming talent. He really, really is so passionate about getting young talent out there and being heard, because he knows himself how difficult it was as a young teenager to get out there and get heard.
And you know what, Nicki, it's nice that people like yourself get out there and do pay reference to these people, because a lot of people go, he fell off the chart, haven't seen him for years, wonder what he's doing, sitting at home doing nothing. And a lot of people don't realise that there are a lot of artists out there that, did sort of do a lot of work in their heyday, and they've decided, okay, we're going to slow it down a little bit, but they're actually working probably harder today than what they did back then. And thanks for, bringing that to the attention of a lot of people.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I can name other names as well of people that are out there doing that. Names from the 50s and 60s. There's a lot of guys and women as well that are so instrumental behind the scenes now in the industry that you just don't realise that they're doing all that work. But that's their joy. Their joy is, they no longer perform on stage, or they make, very rare appearances. Yeah. However, they're so busy. Little Paddy's another one that absolutely works so hard behind the scenes, and especially with young up-and-coming talent. I'm trying to think. You've got Cole Joy, Barry Crocker, all those sort of names from back then. I know that they're very, very much behind a lot of young up-and-coming talent, and a lot of, I guess, industry-based programs to help other artists along. So, yeah.
They still
Neil,
have that passion. See, it's still burning.
So
Absolutely.
if I know we've got people that are listening that are making the trek over to England. It is an Ashes series coming up, so a lot of the cricket fans over there.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely, go Australia.
yes, so if they want a touch of Australiana while they're around there, they can always do a bit of a Google search on Nicki Gillis and get along to one of your gigs and
NickiGillis.com, you'll find me there. Look, if you can come along, if you're heading over, I would love to see you. Come and say hello. Make sure you come and make sure that you make yourself known to me, that you've come all the way from Australia. I do already have some fans that are coming over and towards the beginning of July who are meeting up with me at a few of the shows, so that's going to be great.
Isn't that
fun.
fantastic?
Yeah, and as for the cricket, I'd love to get to the cricket, and the hard part with me the last few years has been in radio interviews over there that they like to point out.
Well, let's hope we can turn that around this time. So
turn that around this year, yes, please.
yeah, so you
What's
can
happening
point
with
it
your
out.
cricketers?
Yeah. And I was going to, and just quickly, I was going through the photos, and I've got to tell you, I'm a big HP sauce fan, and I couldn't believe it, a packet of HP flavoured chips. That can't be real.
Yeah, that's real. They have the most incredible flavoured chips over there. Like, I still can't remember one of the others. I think if you go through my photos from old tours, you'll find something really incredibly weird, like steak and something flavour. I can't remember what it is. But we just find the most amazing things on the road.
Well, do you know what we're going to do? When you get back from your little tour, it's quite a big tour actually, we're going to get you back on, and Darren's actually been asking a few of our guests a couple of questions, so we're not going to tell you what they are, but we're going to get you back on, find out how the tour's going, how the album's going, and we're going to hit up with a couple of questions. So there is a food question in there. So,
oh, great. Oh, that's exciting.
so
Well,
we must do that.
We best move on. This is Nicki Gillis and Go My Own Way. She's going her own way all the way to Great Britain and over to Germany. Good luck with the tour, and as Tracy said, we'll look forward to catching with you after that, Nicki.
Thank you so much.